Welcome to Diary of an Ex-Ho. I'm Cheri Hardman. I'll be your ex-ho, and today's guest is Jenni Moore. So sit back, enjoy the podcast, and remember the old saying, always a bridesmaid when you're a hoe. So I had fun working with you. That was my first time ever seeing you.
Yeah, that was a great show.
It really was. They were a great audience. I mean, and like, I don't know if you recorded. Did you record your set?
I didn't think, I never think to record my sets.
Well, I got some of yours, so I will clip it out and send it to you because
that'd be awesome.
Their laughing was so loud, it sounded like there was twice as many people there. So
nice.
you might get something good out of it. I just always start it early so I don't have to go think of that while I'm getting ready to go on stage, So
yeah, and I need to get a lot better about it again. Just starting out in a new town and also restarting a lot of my social medias. I have had to get back to square one on some things, like the basics of record your stuff.
Right, I know. I'm terrible about it. Mostly I'm terrible because I learned those things as a woman, like don't like mess stuff up or don't get in people's way and just, you know what I mean? And so I'm afraid to like put my camera in a place that I think is going to cause trouble. Yep. I got to get over
yeah.
it. But
I'm sorry I have to exist and take up space. Can I do that?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So where are you coming from? You just came here from where?
From Texas, Lubbock, Texas, to be exact. It's in the western part of the state.
Okay. And what brought you up here?
Well, just wanted to not spend the rest of my life in Texas mostly. And also my boyfriend's up here. We decided to, have me move up here because it's a much better environment, just all that cool stuff.
Mm. All right, cool. So lately I've been doing this podcast, and sometimes I think because I like to start with people's childhood and work their way up, that sometimes it kind of starts out a little slow. So I've decided that every time I'm just going to start out with a little game, a very, very simple game.
Okay.
Since I didn't warn you about this, I'm making it super simple. All right. We're just going to do marry, shag, kill.
Oh, nice. Okay.
We're going to do like a comedian version. So
okay.
let me go grab that. I got to find it. Which screen? There it is. We're going to share it. Let's do slideshow. All right. Can you see that?
Yes, I can see that.
Okay.
But
I don't know how this is going to work with my background, but oh well, we'll worry about that later. So marry, shag, kill. You got to marry one, shag one, kill one.
Alrighty.
Okay. So here are your choices: Kathy Griffin, Carrot Top, Rodney Dangerfield.
Well, I would say shag Kathy Griffin because I mean, who wouldn't?
Right.
Yeah. Marry Carrot Top because he seems like a compassionate lover, like the, kind that would spoon you afterwards gently. And Rodney Dangerfield, just crazy eyes, got to kill him. So
all right. There, that was easy. See, and you did it exactly the way I would have done it too. So
yeah.
And for pretty much the same reasons. Well, also Carrot Top's got the Luxor money too.
Oh, yeah.
He's had that room at the Luxor in Vegas for like 20 years or something. So
yeah. So yeah, you'd want to get married in with that,
Right.
that Vegas stuff.
All right. So can I ask like how old you are?
Sure. I'm 43 years old.
Okay. All right. So you kind of have that kind of face that's hard to tell.
Yeah, it runs in the family. We look in our 30s-ish until we're ancient, just historically. Uh,
All right. So, were your parents like together when you were growing up?
oh yeah, yeah. My
Are they
mom
are
and
they
dad. Mhm.
are they still?
No, my dad's dead now, so it. Yeah. Uh,
Right. Sorry.
oh no, you're fine. I was about to make a joke and decided against it. I don't know why.
Okay. So, but well, the most part while you were growing up, they were together.
Yeah, yeah, they were together. So sorry. Um, yeah, they were together my entire life. Now, being a product of the generation, my dad worked nights, my mom worked days, so they didn't see a lot of each other during like my early life, but yeah, they were together and happy-ish. I mean, it's
Uh-huh.
it's married life.
Were they like affectionate with each other? Like, did you see them hug
Oh,
kiss and stuff?
oh yeah, yeah. They were cutesy with each other, and it was adorable, especially when they got older. It
Yeah.
just
Okay. And then were they physically affectionate with you? Did you get lots of hugs as a kid?
yeah, I did. I got a lot of hugs, lots of kisses.
That's good. That's nice. Um, okay. So where am I taking this? Okay, so when you were younger, so imagine like you're a kid, and then you come to a point where this is what I call like a sexual awakening, and you can interpret that however you want, but I see it as the first time you really kind of realize, hey, wait a minute, there's something going on in this world that I previously wasn't privy to.
Oh yeah.
Can you tell me about that?
Yes, it was actually when I watched the cartoon Thundercats.
Oh,
Yeah, no, Chitara was my thing. And it's just that was my first crush, and I'm bisexual, so there was guy elements later, but the absolute first awakening was just that weird cartoon cheetah girl on bad 80s animations.
okay, so that's interesting. So you're bisexual, but your first crush was on a female.
Yeah, yeah. It's I don't know. The first one I can remember. I mean, maybe there were
Right,
others, but
right. I don't know why I find that interesting. Just because, like, I think, like, as a woman, like, I appreciate the female body. I wouldn't say I'm bisexual, but I may be bi-curious, But so,
oh, I
like,
get
I
that.
try to think back to my childhood, like, did I ever have crushes on girls? And it's like, I didn't, but I noticed stuff. Like, I remember noticing this one girl when she stood, it was like her knees almost kind of went backwards a little bit. And I just
Oh, okay.
found that fascinating that I was like just staring at her knees all the time. And I'm like, I don't know why I'm telling all this right now, but it just made me think of that, like being interested. But I didn't think of women ever that way, like, oh, I've got a crush on somebody. So I guess I'm just trying
Yeah.
to imagine what that feels like.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same as like I think about my first boyfriend, and like
Right.
I think it was in first grade. It's the same kind of feelings that I
Mm,
had
right.
then, it
Right.
just, and of course it was a fictional character too, so
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It was
Well, you can
pretty much
imagine anything about that if it's a cartoon, right?
yeah, yeah, but
Um, okay, so the next question was going to be, did you have any celebrity crushes? You had a cartoon crush. Did you have any real people crushes?
Johnny Depp, like pretty much 21 Jump Street on. It's just that, and I loved it because I loved him because of his just weird fashion, and always been a fan of the weirdos.
I get it. I know. I got my Johnny Depp crush as Edward Scissorhands.
Yep.
That was
Mhm.
fun. He was just so sensitive. I thought that was hot. Um,
Yeah, that one was where I got my Tim Burton crush, is what I did
oh,
there.
right. Yeah, I get that. Do you remember like it not necessarily when you were young, but just anytime, like watching a mainstream movie and finding one scene, love scene maybe like particularly hot?
Let me think about that. Yeah, like growing up, I can't really think. I was just so interested in the stories, at that
Mhm.
point. I don't know that there was any that I that stick out to me, I
Right.
guess. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What would you say? What's your definition of amazing sex?
One where I have at least one orgasm. Yeah, yeah, that's amazing sex to me. I'm a pretty easy to please customer. Just, keep it interesting. Keep it,
Mm,
make it obvious that you're in the moment for one thing. Oh my goodness, if you seem to be, trying to hurry through things so that you can do something else later, no, I mean,
right.
I'm drying up, but it's just I'm done.
Okay, so
Closing up
you,
shop.
all right. You told me that you are a former swinger,
Uh-huh.
and then you said something about the unicorn life. What's the unicorn life?
Well, it's specifically being a bisexual who is in three ways with couples specifically, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. And that was something that I did for a while, a few different
Mhm.
couples, and had some good experiences and some bad ones too. Because I mean, it's people end of the day.
Right, right. Were you more um, like this is just like one thing that you're doing for a night, or was this like a thruple type thing?
No, thruple like that got kind of offered and stuff like that from time to time, but I was really in a point in my life where I was just needing to explore my own my own sexuality as a
Mhm.
person away from, any ties to anything. So it allowed me to explore that sexual aspect without,
Right,
going into the relationship parts, which at the time I had my own stuff I had to work through on that. So,
right. Well, I think it's usually more fun being the guest star, you know?
yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. It
Mhm.
was a great cameo.
uh, um, how is your body image?
My body image nowadays is real good. I struggled with it like for a long, long time, especially just being an extremely androgynous woman. That led to some difficulties in and of itself. That's why I got funny real quick, quite honestly. Uh, but yeah, nowadays, I mean, I'm pretty dang happy with it.
Good. That's the way it should be, right?
Oh
Um,
yeah, I think it's important to be comfortable in your skin, I mean, whatever that skin is, whatever feels healthy to you,
mhm, mhm.
because the new yeah, it just there's a lot so much tied up with popular culture and body image that's sad.
Right. Well, I know all that. Being a big woman all my life, I had to learn real quick some body positivity. Otherwise, you're just miserable. Uh,
Oh
now that
yeah.
now that I'm older, I'm 62 now. I don't like my body anymore. Um, just because it's just things are happening to it that I really don't have any control over. And it's like, if my husband dies or something like that, it's over for me. Like, I've already met my share of penises for this world. Like, there's not going to be any more. Nobody else, nobody else needs to see this. That's it.
Oh, time's a bitch, that is for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, do you watch porn at all?
Oh yeah. I
Uh,
like porn.
favorite category?
Let's see. I actually like gay porn. I like to watch two men. I don't know. It's a really not. I think it's because of the intensity of it that I like that.
Yeah, yeah. I get that. Um,
I feel like I'm in a job interview right now. That's
I
the
know.
funny.
I got a really weird job interview.
Yeah,
Or,
no, and I'm digging it. I'm just like, whatever job I'm applying for, I am in. No.
yeah. I'm gonna probably ask you in a minute to just tell me some story about some weird, interesting, funny sex thing that happened to you. So while you're answering the last couple questions, you might want to like start turning.
Oh, I've got well, that's not really sex related. That's more dating related. But yeah,
That's
I'll think.
that's okay too.
Oh,
Um,
okay, cool. It's a
all
good one.
right. So do you have anything left on your sexual bucket list, or have you done everything you wanted to do?
I would like to do a what is it? Is it the Devil's Three-Way with two guys and me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't done that yet?
I have not. Like I've had ample opportunities, like being in the swinger community. It's like, yeah, we could set that up. Just the stars never
Never
align.
happened.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Got to get that going on, sister. Um, do I have any other questions? How do you feel about dirty talk?
I like it from certain people. I don't know. It depends on the person giving it. Like, there's some people really, really good with it. Some of them come across a little creepy. There was one guy I dated, and well, there were other reasons I thought he
Right.
was creepy. So, I mean, yeah, I'm a fan of it if I like the person. So, yeah.
What's cool is when it's not overused.
Hmm.
My husband's a really quiet man, and then every now and then he lets something out, and then it's like, "Ow, thank you very much, sir." I
Oh
wasn't
yeah, that
expecting that, you know.
Oh yeah, that sound like that you hear and you're like,
Yeah,
I know you're paying the audience is now listening. Cool.
yeah, that's like that's good for the next couple orgasms, you know, not just this one. Uh, okay, I'm gonna sit back and let you tell me a story now.
Okay, so this story happened when I was single and I was dating in Odessa, Texas. And I answered this guy's, he had been messaging me because he thought my profile looked good and all of that, and asked me if I wanted to come by and smoke some weed. And let me preface this by saying I was out of weed at the time and it's illegal in Texas, so it's hard to get.
Right.
And I was like, sure, why not? I'm scrappy. And went over there, and dude, first off, was like pushing alcohol on me, like the minute I got there, like, and already opened 40. So yeah, I already was not going to be drinking any of that, but he had the weed and all of that, and he kept making or wanting to show me a magic trick in a minute, like wanted to show me, yeah. Yeah, and the dude, within like the 30, 45 minutes that I was there, he went to the bathroom like 5 or 6 times. So I'm pretty sure there was some hard drug use being done where I couldn't see.
Right, right.
And the last time that he went into the bathroom, I messaged a friend of mine, just ride or die friend. I was like, dude, call me now. And like he called, and I was like, what's that, mama? And the guy was coming out of the bathroom at the time. I was like, oh, okay, I'll be right there. And I hung up. I was like, I'm so sorry, my mom's having chest pains. And he was like, well, are you sure you need to leave? And I bucked up to him. I was like, my mom is having chest pain. And yeah, I got out of there. But yeah, that's that kind of story. That's not really sexual in nature, but that's more just dating life, and that was during the just, yeah, I was trying to figure out who I was, and that led to meeting
Like,
some
probably
very
what year was this? Like,
that was probably about 6 years ago. So yeah, I mean, that was recent. That yeah,
well,
people are like that.
I think back and it's like I'm sure I dodged being murdered so many times.
Oh
I was
yeah.
a I was a wild loose just in the street, having a good old time, and I'm
Oh
sure
yeah.
I really dodged it. And it sounds like you dodged it there too. Something was going to happen. Something was up for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, and I mean, just the scene coming up in Texas, I mean, things are kind of weird down there sometimes, I don't know, in the entertainment community itself, very, we have to like sometimes literally duke it out on stage. So, it's
Uh,
uh, breeds a very Wild West atmosphere.
right. Oh.
So,
Well,
but yeah, no, the experiences I had as like there was once this certain couple that I had actually been with him first, like years and years ago. I didn't know that he was married, and so when I was single, I approached him and I was like, "Hey, you want to get together?" And he was like, "Yeah, I need to ask my wife first, though." And so that's how that ended up. But they were a great couple. Like they had a contest on who could make me, orgasm the most, and I was a fan of judging that one. Uh, there it had its perks, but then it had, it was a mixed bag.
that's interesting. I think this podcast might need to have a contest. Uh,
Yeah, no, well, and yeah, uh, I've had a very varied experience, I guess, across the board. And I actually, up until 20, like 2018, I lost like 80 pounds in a year. And you had mentioned body image.
mhm.
But yeah, that really was a weird turnaround for me because I lost it first of all because of depression. It was for no wholesome reason
Right.
whatsoever.
Uh,
And everybody was talking about how good I looked, and I'm always like, this is because of depression. Okay. But yeah, I don't know why that occurred
It's
to me.
okay, but that's why I never compliment people on losing weight because they might have lost it from cancer or depression. Yeah.
Exactly. I do tell people you're looking good, because if they're looking good, it doesn't matter what weight they're
Right.
in.
Right. Um, so are you and your boyfriend like, are you monogamous?
Yes, yes. This is a monogamous relationship that I'm very happy with. Um I wondered for a while, well, not really wondered, what is the right word? I explored, the possibility of polyamory, stuff like that. Like I said, I had people asking if I wanted to be in a throuple, if they wanted, or if I wanted to be their girlfriend and they have a wife and everybody agrees with it. But yeah, no, monogamy turns out, I mean, it's working really, really well with this guy.
Mhm. You know, and I've always said this, but I always said it just because I didn't really know what I was talking about. Because now I'm not sure if it's true, but I've always felt because of the people that I've observed that most people that I saw that were in any kind of relationship like that, whether it was swinging or polyamory or whatever, that there was usually one partner driving it and one partner reluctantly going along with it. Do you think there's any truth to that, or do you think that's just happened to be the people that I saw?
I think it can be, and from what I've personally seen, yeah, predominantly probably. Um, the biggest thing I saw was people using it as a last ditch effort to save a relationship that could not be
Right,
saved.
right.
But that being said, I've also seen swinger couples that, I mean, they're very, very healthy, both of them extremely into it. And so they're just just slut puppies together, you know. Just
Hey, if everybody's enjoying it, more power to them, right?
And exactly. That's the thing that I like the fact that polyamory has gotten more to the forefront, because I think that making monogamy the only way to go is not the best, not in society's best interest, because I think it's a very personal choice for people.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think monogamy is the default. I don't know that there is a default. It's just what works best for everyone.
Right. All right. So this episode's going to come out on Wednesday. Do you
Okay.
have anything you want to promote that's coming up? Any shows or anything?
Let me. Tuesday nights at everybody's. I'm trying to get an improv troupe up, and we're having improv open rehearsal / open mic. We have open mic spots for comedy, but we're also going to, for those that want to participate, do improv games. And I'm starting up my troupe Improfection up here. It's a troupe that I ran in Texas for about a year and a half, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
really excited about that.
That's really interesting because I've always hated improv because I really need to learn how to do it. Does that make any sense?
Yes, but I think that you would be a perfect candidate for this troupe, because it's not for people with a theater background. It's not for, you know, sometimes improv can be pretentious as hell. I don't want to, just certain attitudes can be, and this is one that level of entry is just have an interest in it, want to do it, see if you like it. I mean, I don't know. I enjoy directing it, and people seem to have a lot of fun doing it.
So you do that every Tuesday night?
Yes, Tuesday night sign-ups at 6:30. Show starts at 7.
Okay, great. And what is your Instagram handle so I can put it under your
Insta-
face?
Instagram, I am still working on. I do not have an
Okay.
Instagram. So
All right.
I do not have, or I do have a Jenni Moore Facebook page, but not an Instagram.
All right. Everybody check Jenni Moore out. She is freaking hilarious. I will send you that video over once I, edit myself out of it that
Oh,
I
thank
got the
you.
other night. So, all right. Well, thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, thank you. I hope I
Was
didn't ramble too
painful or
much.
no, I think it was perfect. We got under a half hour. That means people might actually watch the whole thing. So it's good. Yeah. All right.
Nice.
All right. Well, thanks. And have a great rest of your day.
You too.
All right.
Bye.
Bye bye.